Woodstock 99 was supposed to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the original peace, love and rock and roll hippie fest. Instead, the 99 iteration was such a shit show, it ended up with riot gear and fire engines. It would be virtually impossible for any musical event, no matter how many draft dodgers they assembled, to compete with the original 69 Love-In. But there were a lot of contributing factors that made Woodstock 99 the anti-Woodstock. Organisers trying to wring every last penny from festival goers, yeah, that's still going on. Extortionate ticket prices and costly bottles of water, yep, still going on. A festival site built on hot tarmac in late July heat. No, that's pretty unique. An insane clown posse performance. An angry, aggressive crowd that left the charred festival site and sexual assaults in its wake. Alright, it's getting a bit heavy there. Here's a look at Woodstock 99. If the festival was held in a field with greenery, you know, like a festival, then the scorching heat would not have been much of an issue. Woodstock 69 took place in the lush fields of a dairy farm with a nearby creek, where the hippies would bathe, make love, and not piss in. But 99 was held in a place to repair aircraft for the war machine, Griffiths Air Force Base, which was mostly tarmac and concrete. On top of that, there was a 1.5 mile walk between the festival's two main stages, so festival goers had to trek across these boiling runways. More than 700 people were treated for heat exhaustion and dehydration, making this treacherous journey. Aircraft hangars provided some of the only shade, so huge crowds endured the horrors of the emerging artist stage simply to escape the sun. 220,000 people were in attendance, with 10,000 staff. Temperatures hit scorching highs and water became a necessity to, you know, remain alive. The solution from the festival organisers? Turn off the water supply and charge £4 a bottle. Nice one. There were some free fountains, but check out the lines. Not the kind of lines they had in mind that weekend. These fountains were smashed to shite in frustration, flooding the area. The situation was so bad that festival goers sued organisers for negligence. Dear festival organisers, the event held this weekend past was so traumatising. You can expect a letter from my lawyer in the coming weeks. Yours sincerely, Violent J. Insane Clown Posse. Whenever a woman walked on stage, whether to MC or perform, they were immediately greeted with demands to show your tits. Rosie Perez had the best response to this particular request.
I ain't showing you all shit!
Dave Matthews of the Dave Matthews Band noticed.
Today there's an abundance of titties.
On a side note, how the hell did they settle on that name? Hey guys, I got a great idea for the band name. Oh cool, nice one Dave, what were you thinking? Dave Matthews Band. What? Even though the crowd outnumbered the cops, the authorities were still supposed to have support from volunteers. However, most of these volunteers said fuck this and wandered off into the audience with confiscated drugs to check out Sheryl Crow. Probably. This left the police severely short-handed when shit hit the fan. There's a fucking cop there. This is where Woodstock 99 went full-on Apocalypse Now. The Red Hot Chili Peppers unleashed a cover of Jimi Hendrix's Fire during their festival closing set, as a tribute to the Guitar God's legendary performance at the original in 1969. Wyclef Jean attempted a similar tribute earlier that day.
This is for my man Jimi Hendrix. Turn up the guitar. At this time, you are free to throw your plastic bottles when I start this record.
Following a weekend of scorching heat, overpriced water, and all round just bad vibes, fire was the flint that ignited the crowd. A group of protesters for some shite handed out lighters and candles, intended to be held aloft during Under the Bridge. Instead, bonfires were made. Vehicles were flipped and set ablaze, merchandise tents were destroyed and thrown on fires. Eventually the law were able to defuse the riots, but Griffiths Air Force Base still ended up just fucking wrecked, and Flea was naked. Good man. The majority of the blame was placed on Limp Bizkit for starting a riot during their Saturday set, but it's been reported since that things were well into psycho mode before the band even took stage. Festival promoter Michael Lang felt the hype surrounding the riots went overboard and told Billboard in 2009,
"The problem with 99 sort of erupted after the last act went off stage, and it was really a couple of hundred kids who were running rampant. But I don't think it did any real damage in that sense."
I'm sure the people who attended the festival will remember it differently. In its own way, Woodstock 99 was a festival so entirely of its time that replicating it would be just as impossible as the original.